The gym was almost empty that evening. Only a few people were still lifting weights or practicing kicks on the mats. The cleaners were doing their last round before closing. Among them was Marcus, a quiet black cleaner who kept his head down, worked fast, and spoke to no one. Most people didn't even know his full name, but that night, something strange happened. A well-known young martial artist, Dylan Carter, entered the gym with loud footsteps and louder energy. He wore his shiny black belt uniform and carried a small camera crew. Dylan loved attention. He came to record some fun content for his followers. He kicked the air, punched the bag, showed some flips, all while smiling at the camera. His loud noises echoed through the gym. That's when he noticed Marcus sweeping the far corner. Dylan laughed and pointed. "Hey you cleaner! Wanna fight me? Just for fun." Everyone froze. A black belt champion challenging a cleaner? People looked at each other in shock. Some whispered behind their hands, "Why is he asking the cleaner? This is going to be embarrassing. He just wants cheap content." Marcus slowly lifted his head. His face was calm, almost too calm. His eyes showed no fear, only quiet understanding. "If you really want it," Marcus said softly. The entire gym reacted at once. What? Did he say yes? Does he not know who Dylan is? But Marcus didn't smile, didn't joke, didn't shake. He simply put the broom aside and walked to the center of the mat with steady steps. Like he had done this his whole life. Dylan laughed loudly. "This will be quick. Get the camera ready." People formed a circle. Some stood on benches, others took out their phones to record. The lights were dim, creating a tense atmosphere. Everyone expected Marcus to lose in seconds. Dylan stepped forward confidently. "You sure, man? I don't want trouble." Marcus nodded once. The fight began. Dylan moved fast, faster than most fighters. He threw a strong punch toward Marcus' face. But at the last moment, Marcus simply tilted his head, letting the punch slide past like a breeze. Gasps filled the room. Dylan tried again, harder. A sharp kick aimed at Marcus' ribs. Marcus stepped aside gently, almost too gently, like he had predicted the kick before it came. People stared. Is he dodging on purpose? How is he so calm? Dylan's smile faded. He attacked again, this time faster, mixing punches and kicks. But Marcus kept moving, smooth and silent. Not blocking. Not hitting back. Just avoiding everything. Like it was easy for him. His breathing did not change. His posture stayed relaxed. He looked like a man taking a quiet evening walk. After 1 minute of failing to land even a single hit, Dylan grew frustrated. "Fight back!" he shouted. Marcus answered quietly, "You asked for a fight, not a beating." The whole gym went silent. In that moment, everyone realized something shocking. Marcus was not just a cleaner. He was something else. Something dangerous. And highly trained. And the real story had only just begun. The gym stood silent after Marcus's calm warning. Dylan, red-faced and breathing hard, tried to hide his frustration. No one had ever made him miss so many attacks. And a cleaner doing it? Impossible. His ego burned, but Marcus. He stood like a statue, relaxed, silent, eyes focused only on Dylan, not the crowd. Dylan stepped back, trying to act confident. "Lucky moves. That's all," he said loudly, hoping the gym members believed him. But they didn't. Single quotes. One of the old trainers whispered, "Those aren't lucky moves. That kind of footwork. I've only seen it in high-level combat schools." Another said, "He moves like someone who has trained for years." The murmurs reached Dylan's ears. His pride cracked. He pointed at Marcus again. "Let's go again." Marcus shook his head. "Enough." But Dylan pushed forward, angry. He aimed a punch at Marcus's shoulder without warning. This time, Marcus didn't step back. He simply placed 2 fingers on Dylan's wrist, twisted gently, and Dylan dropped to one knee with a painful grunt. The crowd gasped louder than before. Marcus let go immediately. "You're too tense," he said quietly. "You fight for attention, not for discipline." His tone wasn't insulting. It was almost teaching. But that made it hurt even more. Dylan stood up fast. "Who do you think you are? Some secret master?" Marcus didn't answer, but someone else did. A man from the back stepped forward, Coach Harris, the oldest and most respected martial arts instructor in the community. He looked at Marcus long and hard. Then he said in a soft voice, "I know who he is." The gym leaned in. Coach Harris continued, "Years ago, there was a young man trained by a legendary master. People called him Shadow Step. He could read moves before they happened. He disappeared suddenly. After a tragedy." He pointed slowly at Marcus. "That young man was him." Everyone turned to Marcus with wide eyes. Dylan laughed nervously. "Shadow Step? A cleaning guy? Are you serious?" But Marcus finally spoke, his voice low. "That name died a long time ago." The room went still. Coach Harris stepped closer. "You didn't lose your skills, Marcus. You lost your purpose." Dylan frowned. "Wait, what tragedy?" Marcus's eyes darkened. He didn't want to share, but the gym deserved the truth. "My younger brother," Marcus said slowly. "He trained with me. One night after practice, a group attacked him. I arrived too late." The room filled with quiet sympathy. "I stopped fighting because I didn't want violence anymore," Marcus said. "I chose cleaning. Simple work. Quiet life." But then he looked at Dylan, "Until someone forced me to fight again." Dylan swallowed hard. For the first time, he wasn't angry, he was scared. Scared because he realized he wasn't facing a cleaner. He was facing a man who had walked away from greatness. And still had power greater than any black belt. The tension grew heavy. Because now the whole gym wanted to know if Marcus was this strong without fighting back. What would happen if he actually fought? The gym room felt heavier than before. Everyone could sense something big was about to happen. Dylan stood in the center, his pride almost broken, but a fire still burning in his eyes. He wasn't ready to walk away. Not after hearing Marcus's past. Not after realizing he had been dodged like a beginner. He pointed at Marcus again. This time no running. No dodging. "Show me what you really are." Marcus sighed softly. "I don't want to hurt you." But Dylan stepped forward, refusing to listen. "Show me." Coach Harris raised a hand. "Dylan, stop. You don't know what you're asking for." But Dylan shook his head. "I won't walk out of here as the guy who got toyed with by a cleaner." The gym members whispered nervously. Some wanted to stop them, others wanted to see what Marcus could really do. Marcus finally nodded. "Fine, one last exchange. After that, walk away." Everyone stepped back. The air felt electric. Dylan took his stance, strong, aggressive, ready. Marcus didn't take a stance at all. He simply stood there, hands by his sides. Breathing slowly, this scared Dylan more than anything. Then it happened. Dylan rushed with everything he had, a powerful combination. Fast punches, spinning kicks, full strength, full speed. The kind of attacks that had won him tournaments. But Marcus didn't move like before. He didn't dodge everything. He blocked now. And when he blocked, it was terrifying. Every punch Dylan threw met a wall. Every kick ended against Marcus's calm, controlled arms. No anger. No emotion. Just mastery. The crowd stood frozen. Then Marcus stepped forward. One small step. But it felt like the ground shook underneath him. Dylan attacked again. A straight punch aimed at Marcus's chin. Marcus lifted his hand, tapped Dylan's wrist, twisted, and suddenly Dylan's entire body turned with it. He stumbled. Lost balance. But Marcus caught him by the shoulder before he hit the ground. The move was too fast for the cameras. Too smooth for anyone to understand. Gasps echoed around the gym. Marcus helped him stand. That is the difference, Marcus said quietly. Power is loud. Skill is silent. Dylan couldn't speak. His pride, anger, and fear all mixed together. His hands trembled, not from pain but from realization. I never stood a chance, he whispered. Marcus gave a small, sad smile. I never wanted you to lose. I wanted you to learn. Coach Harris stepped forward, pride shining in his eyes. You still have the heart of a fighter, Marcus. Even after everything. The room softened. People nodded in respect, not for Dylan, but for Marcus, the man who chose peace over glory. Dylan took a deep breath and bowed his head. I'm sorry, he said quietly, for disrespecting you. Marcus placed a hand on Dylan's shoulder. Train with purpose, not ego. Strength means nothing if you cannot control it. The audience clapped softly at first, then louder. Their applause echoed across the gym. Marcus didn't smile. He simply picked up his broom again, as if nothing had happened. And that shocked everyone more than the fight itself, because true strength is knowing when not to use it. The cleaner walked back to his simple life. But no one in the gym would ever see him as just a cleaner again.